Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to give you a really quick update about what's going on with me when it comes to peripheral neuropathy. Now, in my last update from a few days or a week ago, I mentioned that I wanted to go and try water fasting because I realized that the foods that I ate would aggravate or cause more nerve pain in my body. Well, here's the update on how water fasting worked or didn't work. So, day number one, after I decided to water fast, I gave in at about 4 p.m. So, whole day, didn't eat anything, just drank water. And then at 4 p.m., I finally ate something because I was like, just craving. The craving was real. And I thought, okay, instead of using my phone to get some Mickey D's, which would not have been plant-based, which is how I have been eating all this time, by the way. I decided instead to just pop some popcorn because I still had some popcorn kernels and I had the olive oil that I needed and seasoning and so on. So I popped the popcorn, ate it. It was scrumdiddlyumptious, but then my feet burned. After a couple of hours, my body starts to process the carbs, and for upwards of 12 hours my feet burned, and it was not pleasant. And it wasn't like a really bad burning with electric shocks or whatever, but it was just that constant burning that was enough to just sort of it just sort of weakens you when you just have this pain that won't go away. And sometimes it's low enough where you could almost forget about it. It almost becomes a norm and you can kind of just push it in the background and keep going. With meditation and so on, I'm sure anything's possible. But for me, on that particular day, it wasn't working for me. And like I said, I ate in the late afternoon, so I had this pain all through the night and into the morning, and it subsided by at least 11 a.m., maybe more like 9 or 10 p.m. So we're talking about potentially 16 hours of pain. And so that popcorn was definitely not worth it based on how I ended up feeling. And so the next day, day number 2, I decided to really water fast. I figured, okay, I said I wouldn't eat any food so I could avoid the pain. Let's just do it because I ate something that's low carb. Popcorn is low carb, and I still got pain. So what I ended up doing was straight up water fasting, but that night my feet hurt worse than when I had eaten something. It wasn't that consistent burning pain that I had with the popcorn, but my feet hurt. And I'm thinking, okay, how unfair is this that I am in this pain so much, and I didn't eat it. I didn't even eat anything. Not one single carb entered my mouth, entered my body. Like it just did not seem fair. So that's when it hit me. I'm pretty sure, I'm actually certain that the reason I have, or at least part of the reason why I have peripheral neuropathy right now, is because of severe nutritional deficiencies from my extremely poor eating, my extremely horrible diet back in 2021. Like I said in my last video, I believe my legs, my feet were inflamed. My skin even changed color. I believe that I was on the cusp of diabetes, which I don't think I have. I'm pretty sure I don't. If I did, I think I'd have more of a problem right now. I'm hoping that that is the case because I really don't want to have diabetes. So I think that's where it's coming from. And thinking critically here, if I have nutritional deficiencies from a poor diet from back then, and from maybe not having anywhere close to the amount of nutrition, proper nutrition that I needed since then, plus pretty much a whole long life of poor eating in general, then it makes sense that not eating would not help me. What would make sense is giving myself the nutrients that I actually need. Thankfully, before peripheral neuropathy became this huge problem for me, I had been doing some research on Dr. Brooke Goldner's autoimmune protocol. So it's this way of eating. I'm not going to give you all the specific details. If you want to know, I recommend checking out her YouTube channel. She's awesome. She posts a live like every single week. There's a Facebook group you can join. You can find a lot of information about her program online. The gist of it is getting at least a pound of cruciferous vegetables, leafy greens, I believe would be the best. So leafy greens and or cruciferous vegetables. And you can look up cruciferous vegetables. No need to ask me what those are. And you also need to super hydrate. I believe the minimum is about 3 liters of water. In addition to that, you want to have flaxseed or chia seed. In my case, because I'm not making smoothies, I'm actually eating salads instead. Smoothies are really popular. You can have them with fruit. I'm just eating salads right now because I couldn't get the stuff to blend properly. Wasn't able to get a Vitamix. So I'm using flax oil, and I'm trying to have at least 4 tablespoons of flax oil every day. So I just want to show you the salad that I made. Thankfully, you can have spices on this protocol. So I've got some kale salad, which comes with kale mixed with some slivered carrots, shredded carrots, I don't know, whatever it's called, and some pieces of beet, and a little bit of cabbage in it. Plus, on top of that, I added some more cabbage. I've got a bag of shredded cabbage, and then I also have some spiced up cauliflower. So I just chopped up the raw cauliflower. This is a raw diet, by the way. Chopped up the cauliflower, spiced it up with first I put some flaxseed oil so that the spices would stick. I added a lot of delicious garlic powder and then a little bit of curry powder to add some dimension, some salt, some pepper. Because this is a raw diet, you also need to have enough salt, enough sodium in your system. So I add sodium to every cup of warm to hot water that I have. And then I also get the rest of my sodium in the salad that I eat because I spiced the cauliflower. Oh, and the red stuff on the cauliflower is some hot sauce, which is delicioso. Yesterday I made more of a cauliflower buffalo wing type situation where I really sauced them in the barbecue sauce, and it tasted pretty good. So I'm so glad to have something that I can eat on this protocol that is low carb, because when it comes to nerve pain, the carbs will kill you. The carbs will just have you twisting and moaning in pain all night long. I might have mentioned this before, I'd lost more than 2 weeks of work, for more than 2 weeks, fairly recently. I could not work because I was just trying to lie down, couldn't figure out why lying down in bed was causing so much pain. Really, I had a lot to learn about the problem. Now I don't even try to lie in the bed for the most part. My ego wants to go lie in the bed, but it's just so painful. As soon as I lie down, the pressure on my body changes and my toes go, "Get out of the bed, get out!" So I've been actually chilling on the couch, and overnight I've thankfully been able to get hours of sleep, good hours of sleep, solid hours on the couch. So yes, as I mentioned, I'm just so grateful that I knew about Dr. Brooke Goldner's protocol. I've joined her Facebook group. I highly recommend, if you believe that you have nutritional deficiencies and that has caused any problem in your body, especially peripheral neuropathy, I highly recommend her protocol, because something I should mention is that it's fairly low carb, and even though when I eat it I do get a little bit of a burn, it's nowhere close to when I eat potatoes or rice or almost anything else. Beans, you think you're eating something healthy, rice and beans, right? You cook it, you don't use a lot of oil, you use your seasonings, it tastes good, but you eat it and then, oh my gosh, you're twisting in pain because it's still high in carbs. It just seems unfair, but the way I see it is the only way to get out of this is to go through it and to give myself the nutrition that I need as quickly as possible. That's why this is maybe day 3 for me of officially being on this protocol. Give myself the nutrition I need, get my body to where it needs to be. Hopefully in 6 weeks, oh please, 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 I beg, hopefully I will be out of this, and if not, I'll just need to keep going. And then even then, I'm probably going to continue being as raw as possible, maybe with some cooked elements. I would love to go back and have, a chickpea curry. Like, That would be amazing. I would also love to. What I really want to do, because I love to cook. I know we're not supposed to cook, according to some people. Some people believe that. I'm beginning to believe that more and more and more. But I still want to have some cooking in my life. One day I'd love to cook for some people, have some friends over and cook something, make something good. Maybe it'll be raw, maybe it'll be cooked. I just want to make things. I think it would be awesome. And what I really want to do is make uh, a the healthiest version possible of roti and curry. And it might not be potatoes, it might be like cauliflower in the curry instead of potatoes. So it might be like an overall low carb thing. It might be like a chia tortilla or a flax tortilla or something like that. I know the flax would lose its benefits after being cooked, but it's just a way to make it just as healthy as possible. Gluten free, so no flour, low carb. Just, I think it would be really, really awesome. So that's my goal. That's my hope for the future. This might change because I might say, you know what, raw for life. I might change my mind. But either way, I'm just so grateful for this because at least I know, even though I feel like I'm not eating a lot, because I used to really pack it in. Potatoes, rice, yeah. And beans, get it. Even while plant-based, I would still eat quite a lot of food, but I'm glad that I know I'm getting the nutrition that I need because there's a lot of nutrition in raw leafy greens, in raw cruciferous vegetables, plus the flax oil, which is high in omega-3, which is, I know, going in and going to the nerves and saying, behave yourselves. Let's get working now. At least that's my hope. So I'm going to try to stay strong on this and do my, 6+ weeks. If I start to feel better sooner, we'll see. I might do a little something. But I have heard of people going off plan and eating something off of the protocol, outside of the protocol, and then needing to kind of start all over again. So I want to avoid that. But my goal is to heal. That's the important thing. Yes, I've got food goals for the future, but my goal and my mindset needs to be fixed on healing right now. So that's what I'm fixing on. You heard me say it right now. So hopefully I'll be able to give you some good updates in the future. I also plan to share some tips and tricks that I've learned along the way in my last month and a half or so of going through peripheral neuropathy. I hope this helps, and I will see you next time. Bye.